It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we got a beer, an Imperial Stout style barrel aged beer. Barrel aged in Welsh whiskey casks. Coming in at 13.2% ABV, and it's by Polly's Brew Co. Based in North Wales. And this is their Quinquennium Reserve Welsh whiskey sherry cask, aged for 15 months. 15 months. So you can see the condensation on the can. I've had the can out of the fridge about 10-15 minutes, so it's had time to warm up just a little bit, just to appreciate more of the malts. And yeah, it's been sent by the wonderful Rob in North Wales. Thank you very much, Rob, for this. I really appreciate it. I'm quite excited for this because normally with Polly's, I'm drinking a lot of their pale ales, a lot of their IPAs, double IPAs. I think this might be my first ever Imperial Stout, or one that I've recorded. I once recorded a beer review of a Polly's beer, and it was amazing. It was probably the best Polly's beer in the world, and I forgot to press record, and I drank the beer and I was like, oh, what am I going to do now? Anyway, let's get this beer out into a glass and see what we get. 13.2% ABV. Here's the glass, here's the can, let's go. I can be as rigorous as I want with this, because what you get from a 13.2% ABV beer is that it won't really want to generate that much of a head, especially for once it gets anything past kind of 9, 10, 11% ABV. A stout really struggles to hold its head because of the ABV. So a big rigorous pour is giving it a nice one finger tan coloured head. It's a jet black beer in the glass. There's no light bleeding through there whatsoever. In terms of sediment, I'm looking in the bottom of the glass here. Doesn't look to be any sediment in the bottom of the glass, but there's no light bleeding through. It looks absolutely fantastic, doesn't it? Look at this for a beer. Let's get the aroma. It smells of Norway or Sweden or Finland or Denmark. Definitely Denmark. So I call these styles of Imperial Stouts, I've got my own kind of terminology for it. I call it Scandinavian style Imperial Stout. I can't speak. And the reason why I call it Scandinavian style Imperial Stout is, for me, on a personal level, I've tried stouts from all over the world, barrel aged stouts, Imperial Stouts. The Scandinavians are hands down the best at brewing Imperial Stout. I don't know what it is. They're just good at it. They're just really, really good at it. And the aroma on this, it just takes me, the way the beer looks, that lovely tan coloured head, the jet black beer in the glass, the aroma, that sherry coming through, that woodiness, the barrel aged, the vanilla, the raisin, the plum, the prune, the fig, the roasted malts coming through. It just smells fantastic. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Yeah, just in this part of the world where I'm from, Wales, and where this brewery's from, Wales, there's a term, black gold. And that refers to coal. Most of the Welsh economy in the 1980s, 70s, 60s, 50s, 40s, and even before that, was based on coal. This very house that I'm standing in, this old terraced house, was built on coal. And we used to call it black gold. I'm going to slightly kind of spin that a little bit. And I'm going to call this black gold, because it just, from the aroma, from the look of the beer, to the taste of the beer, it's just fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. So what am I getting? I'm getting a nice, where do I start? There's a little bit of sweetness from the sweet malt in the beer. It's a little bit biscuity, it's a little bit bready. Then you get the hops. The hops come in the middle, and that's plum, fig, prune, kind of dark fruit flavours. The brewery, Polly's, might have used New World hops in this beer. They might have used American hops or New Zealand or Australian hops. But when you combine that with roasted malt, you don't get the pineapple anymore, or the kind of fleshy blood orange or the grapefruit. You get more, because it clashes with that roasted malt in the beer. You get more kind of a darker fruit flavour. Plums, figs, prunes. And that just, beer is, for me, it's just an amazing thing. Beer is such an amazing thing because just using different elements, roasted malt or light malt or American hops or British hops or lager yeast or lager malt or lager hops, you can make so many different styles of beer. It's literally sour beer, saisons. You know, the world is endless with different styles of beer. And the biggest thing for me when I brew a collaboration beer with a brewery is, what do we brew? It's always, what do we brew that nobody's thought of yet? And that's only because there's so many breweries now around the world, and there's so many breweries doing amazing things and bringing up brand new styles. And this is Polly's. This is Polly's attempt. This is Polly's go at a barrel-aged Imperial Stout based on Welsh sherry casks. And it's just tremendous. I'm almost dribbling while I talk. It's a whiskey sherry. My apology, it's a whiskey sherry cask. Originally brewed in celebration of 5 years brewing at Polly's. Well, it must have gone down that well that you've had to produce this again. This is fantastic stuff. Do they mention the hops? Malted barley, oats, wheat, hops and yeast. So there's no mention of the hops on the can. That doesn't matter too much. It's an Imperial Stout that's barrel aged on whiskey and sherry casks. You definitely get some of the wood. You definitely get, I got more sherry than whiskey. Everybody's to their own, aren't they? Everyone's going to pick up different flavours. If you haven't had a beer yet from Polly's Brew Co., please do. It's tremendous. It really is tremendous. Now I've drunk some of the beer, I'm able to really kind of throw it around in the glass a little bit. Look at the quality of this beer. Look at that. And again, when you roll the beer around in the glass like this, you're able to get a much better aroma of the beer. A little bit more whiskey now, if I'm honest. One thing I've not mentioned is the mouthfeel. It's creamy, it's rich, it's full-bodied, but it's not overdone. I wouldn't go as far as saying it's engine oil. I'd say it's kind of like a step back from that. It's just incredibly drinkable. Fantastically brewed beer. I love it. Thank you very much to Rob in North Wales for sending the beer. Monumental stuff. Pardon me. Thank you very much. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 for the Polly's. I'm going to attempt to say it again. Quinquennium Reserve. I hope you liked the video. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.